Alright, this is the style for today. I was going with sort of very princessy. We've got the little headband and the crisscross. It's not an everyday hairstyle. It does take quite a while to actually do, but it is worth it, and it should actually travel well, so if you're going to a destination you don't need to worry about fixing it when you get there, because it does have a few pins in it, and if you hairsprayed it, it would stay well. It also works quite well on several day hair. You certainly don't want to do it on freshly washed hair unless you put a little bit of something, at least hairspray if not oil, into your hair to start with. Alright then, this is actually a two-part film. I'm going to do the second part with the bun in a separate film, so if you want the bun, watch to the end of this film and then go on to the part 2, because the first bit will show you how to do all of the top bit. Alright then, let's get started. You will need hairbrush, or I've got one of the new Tangle teasers because mine died. I've actually got a comb. I'm not sure if we're going to be using much of it, but you may find that you either want a comb or a hair stick to help with sectioning your hair. My little pot of clips and little hair bands. I've got a couple of clear elastic ones which will be useful, and a ribbon. Now the first step with most of these hairstyles is going to be sectioning. If you're building your own, the tip is think about layers. Which layer has to go first? And frequently you need to separate off the top bit and then do the next layer down, which is what we're going to do now. So back about an inch and then just up. And then just clip that out of the way. Right, so we've taken this first section, which is about an inch, just at the front section of your hair to create this headband. Then I'm going to take a little section back here and I'm going to take a diagonal, actually the back, because that's a lot easier. And then I'm just going to take a couple of little sections extra at the front. Now instead of sectioning this bit off, I'm going to section this bit, because this middle bit's what we're going to be working with first. And as always, when I section, I like to plait. Alright, so I've now got 3 sections. This front inch of hair, the main back bit, and then this middle bit. And I've split this middle bit into 2, and I'm actually just going to stick a hairband around one of them, and you want a centre parting in this bit. Don't worry, you won't see the parting when we're done. Alright, now we're going to be doing the lace plaits that I've showed you before, where they start here and go, they meet in the middle, and it looks like you don't have any partings. However, I am not going to be doing a 3-stranded braid. I'm going to be doing a rope braid. Now, take this first section of hair, split it in 2, and individually twist each of the strands downwards, and then together twist them up a couple of times. And then add hair to the top strand. Bottom strand over top strand, add hair. And then individually again, make sure you keep twisting the strands downwards. secure the end with a little clear elastic. And you won't see this, but so if you don't have any clear elastics, little tiny hairbands will work as well. And then with this section, I'm going to do exactly the same, but in the opposite direction. So I'll show you the start of that again. Take this section here, split it into two, and then individually twist each strand downwards and twist them together up. And then add hair to the top strand, bottom strand over top strand, add hair to the top strand, and twist the individual strands downwards. And then keep going until you've incorporated all of this hair and gone to the end of your plait. Alright then, I've got both of those done, so they look like this. And then where they meet, I'm just going to pull it a little bit tight, and then I'm going to put a pin to hold it. There we go, and now we're going to do this section. Now, the principle behind this section is exactly the same, but this time we are going to do a 3-stranded braid, and when we have finished adding hair, we're going to do something a little bit different. So again, section off one side. Now this time, instead of taking the plaits around the back of your head, what you're going to do is keep them very in line with this section. So we want them to cover the parting but not go much further. So they'll be about here. Now I am going to use a 3-stranded this time, and I'm going to make sure to plait under instead of over, so under the middle strand, under the middle strand, under the middle strand, under the middle strand, and then add hair to the top strand. Always add hair to the top strand. I have finished adding hair. What I'm going to do is take my ribbon, find the middle, and pin it to the centre of my head. Behind this plait. Now this pin is going to come out later, so don't worry too much about it, it's just to hold it in place. And then I've got a 3-stranded plait. I'm going to take the ribbon, and that's going to make my 4th strand. So I'm putting it between the strand that's just gone under, so between the middle strand and the previous middle strand, if that makes sense. Alright, and then over, or under, and then over with the next strand that would have gone, and then we go over and then under the ribbon. So from the front here I'm going under and then over the ribbon, and from the back I'm going over and then under the ribbon. And then just keep going in that 4-stranded pattern until you reach the end of your hair. Alright, I've plaited down until the strands have started to get quite thin. I've separated out the ribbon from the other things, wrapping it once around, keeping my fingers in the way so there's a little hole, and then just tuck it through so you create a little knot. And that is going to hold your plait in place. And then it's out the way. We get our other side section. Again, brushing it through, and we're going to do exactly the same going the other way. So, I'll remind you, we're starting off with a little section and a 3-stranded braid, just an English braid. Well, lace braid, and we're going under, so top strand under, bottom strand under, top strand under, bottom strand under. I like to do 4 to start with, it gets a little distance, and then add hair to the top strand. You want to add small, even amounts of hair, because that's what's going to give you the seamless look. And as before, pulling the plait up so it's going up and across the head does help to put your head on the side while you're doing this. You may need to use a different arm position. I can feel that my shoulders are actually hyperextended, so there is a chance that this arm position is not going to be comfortable for you. So eventually what you'll have to do is just switch the arm position over. When you do that, take all of the strands in one hand and then switch. Take this plait over and then take the ribbon, and again I've just taken a back strand under and I'm putting it between the back strand and the middle strand. And then I'm taking the front strand and going under the first hair strand and over the ribbon, back strand over the hair strand, under the ribbon. So front goes under the hair and over the ribbon, back goes over the hair and under the ribbon. And just keep going. And again, when you get your plait to the same length as the previous one, wrapping the ribbon around the hair and through the loop, and just a single knot does hold. You can put another knot in if you would like to, but it does make it more difficult when you come to take it out. And the clip that I used to secure the ribbon down, I'm going to take out. Alright then, and what I'm going to do is take these plaits here and cross them so that each plait goes in front of the lace one. Now this is why we used a under technique instead of an over technique, because they fit together a little bit better that way. Just one clip in each side. Trying to ensure that you don't get the clip go over the ribbon, because then you'll be able to see it. Alright, now this is where I'm going to show you what to do next. We're going to take these, and this is the back one. We're going to find a little hole just at the base of the front lace, and we're going to hook it through, and the same with this one. just find a little gap in the hair and poke it through. When you come to take this out, in general, you'll be wanting to take the front bit out first. Alright, so we've got these two. What we're going to do is loop them across the back of the hair. Now mine are actually just about long enough to reach. If yours aren't long enough, just fix them part way across. So turn it under. Going to loop it through and then hide it. And then pin. Alright, so that looks like this. Alright, and the other side, we're going to take it, loop it and then pin it, ensuring that you hide all the extra bits. Alright, so I've got those sections pinned like this. And then I'm going to take these sections and I'm going to loop and all I'm going to do with them is take them under my spare hair. I've actually undone it. If you undo this, because I put it over my shoulder instead of centrally and I want it central. Take them under and then just wrap them around. Until you come to the end of your plaits. And then all I'm going to do is tie these two ends together in a bow. Now. And there we have it.